See, we're in Ellaville today, the ghost town of Ellaville. George Drew was a Yankee carpetbagger. Came down here after the war, opened an extremely successful mill, a lumber mill, and also later became governor. Ellaville, we're standing right now in the Drew family cemetery, which is, for me, good news and bad news. The good news is I found the cemetery, which the park rangers don't even know exist, some of them. And the bad news is I went past the mansion. I missed it. So I have to go back on my way back and find that sucker, because there's some really good ruins back there. And further back past the mansion, maybe a mile, maybe a little more, was the town of Ellaville, which had over 1,000 residents in it at one time, including the post office. So I didn't see any ruins. I don't know if anyone who knows that there are any ruins or not, but I'm assuming there has to be ruins, because anywhere there was 1,000 people less than 100 years ago, or just over 100 years ago, there's a lot of people and a lot of ruins. All right, here we go with Mary Amelia, born 1873, died 1870. You can't read it, it's chopped off. She couldn't have been more than six years old, maybe younger. This is somebody's stone we can't read. Someone else has put some sort of limestone funkiness on top of there. I don't know why, but it's there. John Clayton Thomas. Isn't that the guy from, not Bad Company, but anyway. December 28, 1890. Died age 42. Oh, he died in 1890. 42 years old. Buried here. Must have worked here. They call this the Drew family cemetery because it abuts. Oh my goodness, look at the size of that Hummer. I've been running into these things all day long, and that is easily the biggest one I've seen. Good Lord, that thing's huge. They call this the Drew family cemetery because it was on the Drew plantation grounds. Drew plantation, you can see pictures of it online, was enormous. Very palatial. Burnt down in the 1970s. Somebody set it on fire. Who knows why. Decayed. Left to rot for many, many years. So this is not just a little one-trick pony. We have a lot of stones out here. Somebody's removed the plaques, but there's a lot of graves out here. Unfortunately, we don't know anything about any of them. Maybe could find, I think you're going to have to go a little deeper than find a grave for this one, but maybe could find a source in, what are we in, Hamilton County? I don't even know what county I'm in. We just crossed the river and came into a new county. We was in Swanee County for a little bit. I hate to have to do this to you, buddy, but I gotta get through there. I've been running into these things all afternoon. They are just extensive, which is good news in a way, because means nobody's been down here. Usually no one my height has been down here, and I can tell because all the low-hanging webs are non-existent, but here there's webs everywhere, so I can tell there hasn't been anyone down here in a long time, at least as long as it takes to build these extensive webs. What we got here, but we got a little bit of something. Can't read a thing on it. You can tell there were words at one point, but can't read anything on it, anything about it. So I have to saddle up and take a GPS to this so I can give it to the ranger who doesn't know that it exists. And says she's been out here many times tramping around. She's never found anything like it. Well, through diligence, research, and the grace of God, I did mine, managed to find it. So It's here. Man. I don't know how many more stones are around. We're going to do a little bit more of a perimeter check. Photograph the place, take some GPS. It's 3:30 now. We got about 4.5, 5 hours of daylight. We're not that far in, so we should be okay. Typically with these things, anybody who couldn't afford a stone just got buried out in the ground, so who knows what could be out here. Could be all sorts of things out here. All sorts of grave sites. Mosquitoes are thick. I haven't had to put my mask on, but my hood, just because I haven't wanted to. And I got long sleeves on so they don't bother me there, just in my face. I don't see anything else. This was back in the day, this would have been not only a burial place, but a scene of serenity. There would have been a garden here. This guy was very, very well off. And this was the family cemetery, so I don't know if he was buried out here. I'm going to say no, he was a governor, so I'm going to say he probably wasn't buried out here. Anyway, the two best stones we have are over here, but we do have another 8 or 10 stones for sure, 8 or 10 burial sites. These two big old sinkholes, which I don't know why. Alright, we're going to shut it down. Move on out of here. For now, we're out.